guys, we're here at the Kinetic Thursday Night Lights vendor showcase to meet with some amazing companies and to see some amazing products that they brought. So let's head right in. Alrighty guys, we are here with Joshua from Astera, and he's going to show us some products that he brought out. So Joshua, take it away.
Awesome. Okay, so everybody's familiar with the Titan series. That's kind of what put us on the map for the film industry. Having the Titan package is what gave us the ability to have super high CRIs. Depending on your familiarity with us, we started off with an AX1, an AX3, but it left a lot to be desired, as this one here has got a CRI of only about 80. So what we wanted to do is keep the small package that everybody loves about the 3 and implement the color system, what we call the Titan technology, into this system as well. So now what we can do is, just in the same how we're able to bring in the power and data on the same exact coaxial, we now gave you the ability to do that with this as well. And we listened to you guys when you said, hey, I can plug in, but I can't plug in any others. Well, now we gave you the ability to go ahead and plug and daisy chain as you go. The accessory kit will also come with small adapters. This way you're not hiding multiple extended 5-meter cables. Doesn't matter your direction, as long as you got feeding one in out the other and their address is correct, it's going to broadcast the entire 512 universe on the line itself.
Amazing.
Now, one of the biggest features to this is the modularity. So you'll notice I've got my foot stand here, and you're going to notice a lot of green as well as red icons. Red icons mean you're not locked in, it might fall out. So here, if I slide that out, track mount system, say I want to hang this or even carry it around, I can go ahead, airline track, bada boom, bada bing, ready to go.
So it's very easy to switch out and everything. Right?
Everything. So cool. As well as with that same track mount system, I now have the ability to lock more than one together. So I can go here, lock this one down if it wants to play nice with me. So these have a little more rigidity due to the fact that they have to lock tight. It's going to be just a second to feed it in. Should we go to this side? Of course, now that I'm on camera, it doesn't want to play good. We're going to edit all this out, right?
Of course.
Helps when you do it to the right side.
Yes.
All right, so let's do it on the wrong end. You have your cantering degrees, so this way you're not guessing. You can do it exactly to what you need it to. And say if I want another one on there, I can just as easy grab this system, lock it in, put it at the angle I want, lock that down, and there you are.
Wow.
Just like that. And then even still just the same, if I wanted this to support the weight, come in, latch that down so it's nice and firm so it doesn't want to wiggle out.
That's really cool.
Now this whole system is all modular, so I can pop it in and out. All those that are familiar with our existing system will know that the domes go on top. They're going to be 120s in here, so that this way, just like with the existing, it's going to fill the color, and we do the same exact now with this here. You also have the ability to use your existing. So the AX3 used to have lenticular lenses, that's a 17x46, and now we can use that same type of technology because the old lenses will also go in the new system.
Oh wow.
So all of your existing lensing you'll be able to utilize with the new package. And then of course being able to do a nice 30-degree spread on here softens everything out, but also gives me the ability to diffuse real nice. No scintillation, I can have shadows without actually having greens and reds across my face. And that's the new Pixel Brick, 15 watts, just like the original system. You'll notice the lensing actually looks a little different. We have more of a helix design to be able to diffuse better. And so it's a perfect ability to be able to throw light or have it as uplights. Your imagination is your limit. We give you all the accessories and the ability to do whatever you dream.
That's amazing. I think that our viewers will really appreciate the modularity aspect about it. Thank you so much.
Not a problem, my pleasure.
Perfect. I am here with Aaron Aaron from Dracast, and he's going to show us some of his products.
Hi guys, thanks for stopping by my booth today. I'm really excited to be here. Today we have, of course, a lot of RGB lighting, as well as some of our classic lights as well. Right here we have like a consumer grade, prosumer grade, what we call X series RGB panel light. These lights are perfect because they're so small and lightweight that they're great for travel, run and gun. Right up here is our Studio Series LED 2000 panel light. When we spec out studios, we primarily start with this because studios usually need a lot of output. Right here is our palette series, like a painter's palette. This is like our version of the RE Sky panel. So it 400 watts consumption. It has full RGBW technology, effects, hue saturation intensity mode, DMX connections, battery plate, travel case, all inclusive for a fraction of what RE charges.
Wow.
Right over here we have our LED Fresnels. This is a 5K, so it consumes 500 watts. Right down here is just a larger version of the X series. These are brand new. We are breaking out into LED tube fixtures. Now all four of these all respond to an app that you have on the phone. So let me quickly show you. So that is the X series tubes, and lastly we have our 1800 watt space light.
Yeah, I was looking at that. That thing is massive. Wow.
Well, we played the prosumer game for a really long time, but now we're decided to branch off into more higher end gear. This light consumes 1800 watts. It's bicolor. It has lenses over the front, but if you take those lenses off, the beam angle will increase to 360 degrees. It can be controlled with a Bluetooth app, DMX and manual controls as well, and it is the brightest light I have ever seen. And that's a sampling of all of our new products. So thank you so much.
Wow, thank you so much, Aaron. Awesome. I'm now here with Terry from High-End Systems and ETC, and he's here to show us all of the products that he brought.
Brought 3 fixtures today. This one being a solar frame studio. It's called the studio because it's a fanless fixture. It has no working fans in it. It is a convection cooled fixture. It's very popular in TV studio and in film. Basically you can have a boom mic right next to it. The audio guys will never know this fixture is here. It is a white engine LED fixture. It's 14,500 lumens. It's got full framing, full color mixing CMY, a animation wheel, a prism, a gobo wheel, 7-position gobo wheel, and 7-position color wheel. So packed with features, high CRI. They come native high CRI. These fixtures, they're at 93 CRI, so the color rendering on them is fantastic right out of the gate. Next to that is our brand new fixture. This is just going to start shipping next month. It's called the Lone Star. We differentiated it from the Sola series because it's more on the consumer level. Basically this thing is just going to be over $6,000 list, which is quite a bit less expensive than the rest of our product line currently. It's a power pack little fixture. Again, many of the same attributes that are in that are in this: full framing, CMY, color wheel, 2 prisms, animation wheel, and a 8-position gobo wheel. 15,500 lumen. This is an ultra bright engine, so it's native 7,000 Kelvin. This is a different animal. This is our biggest Solapix fixture. It's called a Solapix 37 because it has 37 individual LEDs. This is an additive fixture versus subtractive color mixing fixture. RGB AW. It is what it's doing right now is it's just basically doing a really simple little pixel map. Extremely powerful wash fixture, very, very bright. You're at about 30,000 lumen. So extremely powerful wash fixture. Plus, You get a nice eye candy effect, and it's got what's called halo graphics. It's a patented thing that we've done, so you can see on the outside of each one of these cells, it looks like there's a little frost on it. When you're doing a lot of pixel mapping, it really makes this fixture stand out versus the competition.
Wow, that's amazing. This lens is huge, guys. I mean, like, wow. So massive. And then this is all being run off of the Hawk 4.
It's being run off of a Roadhog 421. We basically just kind of gave this a little bit of a facelift from the Roadhog 4. Ultimately, it's the same console. We changed the screen size just a little bit. It's now a 21-inch screen, hence the name 421. It is probably the most economical, powerful console that we offer. Power pack, 8 distinct universes of DMX, one giant screen that you can lay everything out on.
I'm loving the screen.
I love it. It's really, for doing stuff like this, it's my favorite desk.
Yeah.
It's so easy to show people. It's really easy to teach people on it because everything is exploded and very large. Yeah, I love this desk.
For those who are not familiar with the Hog line, what would this board be like perfect for? What is the like average use of this?
Almost anything. It's a great little club board. It's a good little touring board. Even in theatrical installations where you're using automated fixtures, it's perfect for that. Corporate events, because it's got a fairly small footprint. It's very light, easy to move around. Pretty much anything.
That's amazing. Well, thank you for showing us around. Thank you.
My pleasure.
I am here with Adam, and he's going to show us some of the products that he brought.
Hey everybody, welcome. Thank you guys for coming and taking a look at our latest. I'm not sure how much definition you can see in our fixtures here, but this is our latest Forte fixture. It's our 40,000 lumen white light LED engine with transferable engine technology. This is our Esprit, which is our 33,000 lumen white light LED profile with transferable engine. And then over here we have kind of their counterparts. So this is our white light CMY technology. Over here is our RGBAL additive technology. This is our multi-spectral engine. These achieve a very high CRI and very future-forward features. Things like redshift with tungsten emulation. We have a tint control, so an actual plus and minus green control that's digital on these. There's a variable CRI, which is also a digital control. So these are beautiful for theater or television. We've had this method of doing digital tint control, digital CRI, and color temperature for quite some time. This is actually an evolved generation, but most recently we've been able to port that technology over to our white light CMY technology. So both the Esprit and the Forte also boast a plus and minus green control. Both of these fixtures also have passive CRI filters, so a passive 80 CRI and a passive 90 CRI filter. These are white light technology with a native of 70 CRI, but for camera applications, they've got all those accoutrements plus dual frost systems in both of these. Incredible key light solutions. Coming down the pipeline, we have high CRI engines that are transferable for both the Esprit and the Forte. So if you're in a high CRI application or a remote follow spot application where you want a 95 CRI as a baseline, those options will be here as well. These fixtures are already capable of achieving 95 CRI as is. We have some wash variants as well, so these technologies are available in PC lens and Fresnel lens options. And we have a camera attachment, which are called our FS models. That would be short for follow spot. So all of these could work with our RoboSpot remote follow spot system as well. Real quickly, I'll point your attention to the ProMotion. You'll notice we're just shooting a little bit of video down on the floor here. That's a digital fixture, so it's capable of uploading slides, uploading animations, things of that nature. And then towards the back of the booth, if you wouldn't mind just kind of poking your head over all this stuff towards the back. Those are a bunch of our products that are main staples in the marketplace. So the Spider is a main touring rider specification. The Mega Point is a main touring rider specification. We've got our Parfect over there as well. What you'll notice back there is now we have an IP65 version of all those main touring rider specifications. And really this is to show how we're implementing IP in our range. The DMX tables for all those fixtures are the same. You could use an IP version and a non-IP version together. They don't know that they're any different other than the exterior housing. And even with the Spider and the iSpider, we've actually been able to match the motor speeds. So as you're controlling the units, you don't even need to compensate for the motor speeds, which has happened on some of the units like iPoint, which is a little bit heavier. So we're really excited to bring these solutions to market. Our iPerfect, I'll bring attention to that as well. It's an IP65, but it's also convection cooled, which is a very, very unique thing to find in the marketplace these days. So thank you very much for your time, and we hope to see you soon.
Yeah, thank you so much for showing us around. This is a beautiful booth.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks guys. And finally, for our last vendor of the night, I am here with Nick, and he's going to talk about EOS soon. So I'm gonna let him take it away.
Cool. Hi, I'm Nick Psyche with ETC. I'm one of the field project coordinators based out of the Burbank office. We're actually 10 minutes down the street from Kinetic. But what we have here for you today is our Geo Ad 5 console running augmented. So any Windows 7 based EOS console, whether it's an Ion, Ion XE, Geo Ad 5, EOS TI, this is our newest software. We're currently on version release 3.02. But what we're going to show off here for you is augmented, right? So augmented is kind of a programming tool, it's a visualization tool, but it's also so much more than that. So traditionally, right, in the TV film world, if you think about it, we have a moving light. We were going to select it. I'll let you come in here a little bit more. You know, if we were to move it, if we look at our screen here, right, you know, we can actually see what's happening in the rig. Now, because we've created this 3D model and we have all of the information for our fixtures, one of the features we have is we can do something called fixture POV. So now, if they put you somewhere where you can't actually see your rig, you have the ability to see where your moving light is pointing in the virtual world, and that is also reflected in the real world. That's one of the other cool features. So we're going to go back. So let's also say, you know, I'm curious what moving light is on right now. I don't actually know that. We can plot the beam of light through space and to its point of intersection. So I can turn it on and I can say, hey, this beam of light here, I can move around kind of like old school video game, you know, scroll wheel, left click, move around. I can turn on fixture labels and I can say, hey, that fixture that I was on is fixture 102. So again, it's a programming tool to let us access information more quickly and look at things that way. I'll touch on one other thing really quick that we added with augmented is it's called staging mode. Basically what that lets us do is it lets us preview what we're going to look at before we apply it to stage, right? In so many instances, you're looking at your rig, right? We've all been there, and then they say, hey, the person's coming on stage right, not stage left.
Yep.
Well, that's not fun. So if I go into staging mode, I can turn on my moving light, and I can actually, the other thing we can do is we can now point to click, so I can use my mouse to point the moving light around in my set. So I'm just pressing on my left mouse long click, and you know, we can say, hey, they're gonna come and they're gonna jump on top of this box, so we can focus the light there. We can zoom that out a little bit. You know, maybe I want a shutter cut. that shutter cut, I can apply that to stage in real time. So you'll notice that it snaps out, and then you'll now see it fade up in 5 seconds. We can apply whatever time you want. So as a programming tool, it lets you look at things ahead of time in the virtual world before you say, hey, I want to commit that to real life. We can look at our cues ahead of time, and the same thing, we can also be in a blind state now and see what our cues look like. We're getting the visual feedback that we've really been lacking in consoles for a long time. But yeah, 3.0, free to download and run on any Windows 7 or Mac. That's 64-bit. That's a feature that's available to you through our software. You can take that show file then and put it on any of our consoles that can run 3.0 or higher.
That's amazing. Yeah, Augmented makes things so much easier. We use a Geo for all of our EO stuff for the company and everything. And yeah, we use Augmented all the time. It offers some very amazing features that some other visualization companies just don't offer, which is amazing. And what is great is that it also ties in perfectly with the app and everything, which is
I forgot to talk about that. So what you're referring to is we can, through our AFR, IFR app that we're used to, we can do a couple of things with our phone. One is we can do something called Follow Me or Find Me. So Find Me, you can take your phone, you can hit Find Me, your moving lights will point at you because it's the tie between the virtual world with the phone and the real world. We can do something called, the pointer, so we can take the phone, use it to point where we want the moving lights to go. We can also now, with those fixture labels that I showed you earlier, we can also have all of that show up with our phone. So we can actually look into our rig with our phone with an augmented overlay and say, hey, that's fixture 101 there, because we've all had that problem. We can't read the tape on the fixture because it's 30 feet in the air. Augmented helps take some of that guesswork out of it for you.
It solves the age-long question of what channel is that?
What channel is that? What light is making that? So the other thing we can do is we can actually show, where the beam of light is terminating. So if you're actually curious and you're like, hey, where's my beam of light? We can actually tell you that, that light is being made by 195 as well. So what we have here is our color source Spot Junior. It's our smallest, lightest color source fixture, but you get all of the features that you used to in color source, right? So 4 colors plus the line chip. It is zoom, so you no more having to pick a lens. We can do 25 to 50 in the zoom. Gobo, we do have an accessory for an available gel holder on the front. The other great thing, it's also super light. It's about 11 pounds without a C-clamp on here. It's a composite plastic housing on the outside, which is really nice. That's how we help save some of that weight. All of the features that you're used to having on Color Source in our menu, power con in and out, DMX SLR 5-pin in and out as well, full framing shutters on it, and a really nice feature-rich fixture that hits a really nice price point.
Amazing. What installations would this be perfect for?
So these installations that we see these most typically installed in are small black boxes, small school theaters, captive gymnatoriums, art installations. This fixture is our black finish, but it is also available in a white finish. It looks really nice. Actually kind of has a Stormtrooper gloss to it.
Yeah.
So again, if you need color changing in an art installation kind of scenario, that's also another nice feature. Again, no lens that you have to pick. So what we have here kind of behind me, if you do the wide shot, is we have our phosphor panel. They come in 3 sizes, so this is the small one, our medium one, and we have a larger one, which is the 24. And then this is the phosphor Fresnel. This is probably my favorite fixture in the line, but we as ETC have always been known for our color, right? If you're familiar with Series 2, that's the 7 colors we've always touted. Now with our phosphor panel, phosphor Fresnel, and Series 3, we actually have added an 8th color, which is deep red. What that deep red allows us to do is get back all of those really long, rich red wavelengths that we've been missing in tungsten. So it allows us to do really nice warm whites, but at the same time gives us really great color fidelity at those cooler color temperatures as well. If you want to pop back in here really quick, we've also updated the user interface. So all of our encoders now are backlit, they're twist and they're push, so I can recall a preset that way. We can change our function back into studio mode, right? So this is really nice if you're on location, and we can go all the way from 1900 Kelvin all the way up to 10,450. But you can see even throughout the range, I know we're pointing at a Matson container, that deep red is still there. It allows us to get all of these nice, rich, saturated colors. The other great thing about this, it is a full glass lens Fresnel. So in barn doors, like we expect a Fresnel should. You know, lets us get really nice in there. No LED tearing, no fringing. You know, if we flip this around and I turn it down so I don't blow your camera out, you know, you get that really nice tungsten glow that we, you know, that to me is one of the, like, you know, one of the nicest pictures from a lighting fixture, right, that you get to see. Our panels, again, they come in three different sizes, 2 different types of light engines. So we've introduced Luster X8 as well as Daylight HDR. So if you have an application that's a cooler color temperature and you're looking for more output, that's what you'd use the Daylight HDR for. Luster X8 lets you hit all of the colors in the gamut. You lose a little bit of output, but you gain so much more back in your color. Okay, so all of the color that we talked about in our Phosphor Fresnel and our Phosphor panels is available. What we've done is we've added a lot of features. We've taken everything that you know from Series 2 and we've added that into Series 3 now. So same user interface that we saw on the Fresnel there a second ago, redesigned body, we've reworked some of the electronics on the inside, and then we've now also added our new shutter barrel assembly, which we call XDLT, and we have new lens tubes as well. So what that allows us to do is get more color output, better color mixing. We can put a shutter in now, there's not any of that LED tearing. The other features that I'll talk about here, because it's a little bit easier to get to now, is all of our fixtures now have City Theatrical Multiverse built in. So it's really compelling because we can send SACN into the transmitter and we can broadcast up to 10 universes depending on the configuration. The other thing that we have is NFC, so near field communication. It's the same stuff that we use for Apple Pay, for Samsung Pay. And what we do is we now have, we call it the SetLight app. It's free to download. It's available on iPhone or Android. And we use the near field communication to do a couple of things. We can actually address the fixture, we can pull configurations, and we can do that. So if I come in here with my phone, you can see that we've now gone ahead and we've pulled the fixture's configuration. Now let's say you're on site, generator's not on, or the power's not hooked up yet, or you're in the shop, right? You want to do something else. I can actually go in, change my mode, change my DMX address, DMX loss behavior, and I can push that.
And
same thing, right? It sends it to the fixture. Yep, so there you go. Fixture is off, right? It's not responding to my touch. I'm going to go ahead and power that back on, and as soon as that happens, you see that it says it does receive the NFC. It pulls that new configuration into it. So it's a really great tool to help you on site before the generator's on, before you have power, but at the same time in a shop scenario, you can factory reset it from the NFC chip.
Yeah, wow, yeah. That feature right there is amazing. I mean, that is something that I haven't seen in any other product, so that's amazing.
And everybody has a cell phone now, right? So
yes,
as long as you have NFC in your phone, you can download the app and it'll work.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Nick.
Thank you for coming.
Amazing. And that concludes our time here at the Kinetic Vendor Showcase. Big thank you to Kinetic Lighting for inviting us, and we will be here next week. Thank you guys.